Well, it is another great day in the life of Matt Kursky because I get to walk through another one of my job sites today and talk about some of the issues and challenges that were originally faced. So I'm really excited to talk about some of the areas, so let's get going. So at this particular landscape project, we have another situation where the backyard is sloped. That presents a unique challenge for the family that lives here because they're a young family with children and in strollers. And so the solution to try and mitigate these problems with trying to get a lawnmower from the back to the front yard and children and strollers is we're trying to take out all the steps that we have in this backyard walkway. And to do that, it's kind of demo day. And what we were left with to start this project were kind of reclaimed face bricks that were used on the property for this walkway years ago. But yet they're starting to pit, they take on moisture, and it was never really a good product for this type of walkway. So we're gonna go ahead, we've demoed all these bricks and we've gotten it back down to the base. We're gonna relay a new base of crushed stone and relay a type of a brick that is a brick paver that is much more better suited for walkway and moisture to where we don't run into the pitting and cracking. We're going to be removing these 6x6 timber steps and we're going to make this nice walkway flush and even with this existing deck surface. We're going to take out this 6x6 timber, replace it with a 5/4 deck board, which is what you see here, so that family has a nice smooth transition. We're going to lay out our string lines and really make sure that we get a nice smooth walkway going up for them and they don't have any more problems with steps. So with this particular back area, the homeowner's looking to kind of expand and enhance the whole walkway to the back gate. We have an existing limestone gravel, which is good and practical and utilitarian, but we're kind of going to try to up the look of it, maybe enhance this walkway. And to do that, we're going to be utilizing these porcelain paver tiles, 2 foot by 2 foot from a company called Belgard, are really a great product that really tends to put a nice finish on walkways and patio surfaces. So what we're going to do, we're going to remove this limestone gravel here. We're going to do that nice prep work that I like to talk about, going 4 inches deep with compacted crushed limestone. We're going to do a little wet mortar finish to kind of sink these tiles right in place so that they never shift, and then place the next tile with a 3-inch joint, and then come back in and fill in these joints with what's called a decomposed granite, which is a really good product to be using for joints or just patios or walkways themselves. It's kind of a cheaper alternative, but we're kind of mixing kind of the cheap and the high-end finishes to really create a really lasting high-end type finish for this walkway. I'm really excited to see how it's going to turn out. So another element that we're going to be installing here at the property is a large deck and privacy screening area. And see, with a lot of these narrow lot line type homes, privacy really kind of becomes an issue, and that's understandable. And so homeowners look to do everything from evergreen plantings and screenings, or decks and fencing and privacy screens. And for this particular project, we're going to be expanding out onto this deck at the same level, maintaining that flush grade. And then while coming over here and then coming up with about a 7-foot louvered, really beautiful fence panel that's going to act as a privacy screening, but still kind of open up the semi-privacy angles towards the top of it to kind of give that open feel. And then we're going to carry on this privacy fence panel all the way down above this 6x6 timber retaining wall, because the other issue that we have going on is because the previous homeowners wanted to flatten out this space, that left some good 3 to 4 foot retaining walls in here that pretty much changed the grade, and now you have what was a 6-foot privacy fence turned into a 3-foot privacy fence. And the current homeowners have dogs that they're really trying to keep within their yard, and they're worried about having them jump over. So we're just going to carry on that privacy fence about 4 feet tall, running it all the way to the arborvitaes here and terminating it here. Now, we'd also made the consideration to continue this row of arborvitaes getting planted down for that for the screening, but we were running into problems with the stairs, and we were running into the common sense problem of maybe the dogs might still run through the arborvitaes and still cause a problem and maybe jump over. So we're going to go safe and do the 4-foot privacy screen. So along with the hardscaping and the deck that we have planned for this project, overall, this again might be about a 3 to 4 week project. The planting plan is going to be going in at the very end of it all, and that was another unique solution that we had to find for the homeowner, whereas they had a young family, a young child, and animals that kind of like to chew on things. And that's, to be on the safe side, we wanted to choose some plantings that were low in toxicity, to no toxicity whatsoever. And so we really had to make some choices that were going to be a lot more family and dog friendly. Really excited to see the choices that we came up with. You don't have to sacrifice beauty or form or function. You just have to kind of do some due diligence on your research to come up with the winning formula. So one of the elements of the project that I'm incredibly thrilled about, the way everything came out, is the use of these 2 foot by 2 foot porcelain pavers on the job that we went ahead and filled in the joints with the decomposed granite chip. This type of design technique has really been coming around in the state for the last couple years. Really excited to use it on a job. Homeowners are incredibly thrilled with the way everything came out. We wanted something that would graze in the blues to kind of pick up some of the paver brick that we used on the job site as well. One of the challenges here was the old walkway was made out of surface bricks that you use for building. They were not for paving. So we had to come back in, demo out all those old bricks. They were a tripping hazard. And what you see is a beautiful walkway where we came back in, added a nice 4-inch crushed stone limestone base to all of this, and then went ahead and laid in our paver brick. This particular variety is called Courtyard Colonial, and then just went ahead and added polymeric sand in the joints, ran a nice compactor over everything. This paver walkway is not going anywhere anytime soon, probably even outlast the house, which is what we really try to do when we build our hardscapes. So one of the challenges that this new family had was a stroller for the young one and a lawnmower that they're transferring to and from the back and front yard. So what doesn't work well with those two are steps. So we had to come in, eliminate a threshold step right here up to the brick walkway, made it flush with the existing deck surface, and then we added a ramp onto this newly installed beautiful outdoor deck and entertaining space that we coupled onto the existing deck. We came back in and installed a 7-foot louvered privacy screen onto it to really kind of add a little separation from the neighbors, added a whole ton of square footage space and for dining and relaxing out on the side area here. And then we continued this screening over all the way. Different screenings can be made either out of hardscaping, fence material, or out of natural boundaries. The row of arborvitae stopped, but we had a little bit of a fear from dogs jumping over that fence. So we just continued on this privacy screening all the way over. Everything turned out great. When you move into a new house, there's going to be some things that need to change to suit your family's specific needs. It's true for the outside of the house as well as the inside. In this instance, we were able to add quite a bit more deck space for entertaining and enjoying the outdoors. We also were able to add accessibility with the hardscape, add separation from the neighbors, and keep the family dog on the right side of the fence. With the right choice of materials and attention to detail in the installation, this outdoor space will be enjoyed for the life of the home.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.